Hi, Greg.
Sorry, just kidding. Okay, let's start the stuff off. Episode 57, Between Two Wheels podcast, cycling news, commentary, analysis, and interviews from Northern California. Once again, I am Tyler Janke. Yeah, we're skipping all the promo stuff.
Ouch.
I'm Tyler Janke. Thank you for tuning in. Once again, we have Curt Mills in with us. How you doing, Curt?
Good, Tyler. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, welcome back. The invitation is always open.
Great. Appreciate it.
Chris Flower, welcome back again.
Thank you. I'm glad to see Curt is here in person.
Yeah, the stalwart Chris, you've been doing your duty and showing up, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't bring any content. I'm here.
Does his duty. That's what he does.
Otherwise, it's just me talking to myself, and no one wants to hear that. So today, special episode, and you'll probably notice this from the title of the podcast. We have Derek Novice of the Rio Strada Racing Team in to talk about himself and the bike race coming up, the Golden State Race Series. How you doing, Derek?
Honored to be here. Love it. Can't wait. It's going to be great.
I'm glad you took care of your hair for us this morning, too.
Actually, as a matter of fact, I did shave my head this morning. I want you to know that I did prepare my hair for today.
I appreciate it. First of all, welcome. And why don't you give us a little update as to where the status of the race is? You guys have your big race coming up this weekend, multiple days, Saturday, Sunday. Tell us about it and kind of what you have going.
Yeah, well, it's our 15th year out there. We're happy to be out there. I think it's our 10th with the circuit course. I think the circuit brings a lot of people out here. Reg looks really good. I'm looking at the numbers right now. We're at like 461. So we're hoping that this podcast helps a little bit more. But I'm predicting that we'll have over 600, maybe 700 by the weekend between the 2 days, of course. Numbers are different for each day, but every year seems to be consistent. And I don't know how we do it. Actually, I think I know how, but we're just consistent and successful with the event. I think it's well put. We put a lot of time and effort into it, and I think a lot of people that are out there come and check it out because of it.
So you've got a pretty big club. How big is your Rio Strata team?
According to our Facebook numbers, Tyler, it's 58 members.
58. And what about the picture? Was the picture at least 58?
Oh, my God, the picture was huge.
A lot of folks.
I was a little concerned. I did a lot of research for that, and I was like, oh, my gosh, I think I should have done more. Yeah, that was a nightmare of a picture. But, yeah, we have quite a bit of people in that picture for sure. But I don't know about 58 in that shot. I hope not.
So we'll have to – look, I gave you if you watch on the YouTube, you'll be able to see you've got the orange mic. That's in honor of it's in honor of the Rio team. What happened with all the orange this year? Let's start off with the hard-hitting subject.
Let's talk about the fun stuff.
And make sure you hold that up in front of your mouth.
Thanks. The orange, I think we all got tired of the orange. Me specifically, I think I was like pretty vocal. I was like, I want to change. I'm getting tired of this orange. You know, I was riding down Jefferson earlier in the year, and I saw these pumpkins laying out in the field, and I was like, God, I could just sit right there and just curl up in the ball and fit right in, you know. And so I don't know, I was kind of vocal with the change, and so I think we changed sponsorship because JBL, that's kind of where the color came from. So once JBL kind of left and this new company called Siemens came in, yeah, yeah, so we changed their colors, and Alex Lopez did a pretty neat job of changing some things around. But the orange, there's still some little hints of orange in there that I voted against, but I lost.
No, the kit looks pretty good for this year, so not a problem. So how many on your kind of like your board? And I know you said 58 plus on your team, but then you probably have a board that
right.
really works, and this is your big deal for the year of the race.
Yeah, I mean, this all starts with Ron, and as we call him with a lot of love, Dad. Ron puts his heart and soul into this thing. Hello.
My bad.
It's all good. We're live. So Ron obviously has been a spearhead for this for many years, and we appreciate what he does in the community, and the community appreciates him too. We have quite a bit of people on the board that put this together. This would not happen without Nancy Fairbanks. Nancy, as she loves to coin herself as the cat herder, she gets all the volunteers out there together and puts everybody in their little spots and follows up a million times to make sure everybody's there. So without her, we couldn't do it. We got the Reg team doing our thing, as you guys have known in the past, been a part of it as well. So we're getting ready to have a staple party Thursday night at my office. So that'll be awesome with all the PreReg. So that'd be pretty cool. But a lot of different parts and pieces.
How difficult is it with the city to coordinate the area that you have, or the business is pretty good with it?
Pretty easy. The city loves us, so it's pretty easy. We put flyers out there on all the doors weeks in advance, several times before we go out there to make sure that everybody knows about it. But typically we always have 1 or 2, 3 or 4 knuckleheads that come bonking through the tape and gets pissed off. But it's cool. It works out.
The addition of that casino on the backside of the circuit race, does that cause any trouble? With
Yeah,
the late night,
that's the hottest spot, and we've had volunteers go out there and say, "I'll never volunteer there again." So we send our cray guy that we love very much, is Ron Johnson. He goes out there and he lays the hammer down on people. So he fits the role perfectly for that job. So yeah, but that corner is pretty busy.
Is it possible that you could actually incorporate that casino and put like a start-finish line there so that they could gamble on the race?
That's a great idea. That would be so cool. We could put everything there.
That'd be neat, right?
And have a bunch of people when the buses roll out, all the senior citizen voters. I vote with the guy with the pink shirt on.
Right. You'd have to give them some sort of an introduction into how this is how bike racing works. But yeah, that'd be
hilarious.
A way to
That's a good idea.
Bring them into the fold so they're not a nemesis.
We should do that.
What about like a backside preem or something like that on the circuit race?
Hold on.
Oh.
Okay, go on. Yeah, on the backside of the course on the circuit race.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're like at the 1K to go, I think.
Yeah.
Is the turn there. So it could be the 1K preem or something.
Yeah, that turn always makes me nervous. It's like, who's going to be flying into those barricades? Who's going to be flying in there? It's just a mess.
So you guys probably start pretty early in the morning, getting everything arranged.
Oh gosh!
And it's probably a weekend that you have to take a few weeks to recover from.
Well, yeah. We know quite a bit in advance, when the calendar comes out, and so we pretty much make people tattoo it on their calendars. We typically the bulk of the team that's out there, it's basically 6 to 6. So it's a 12-hour day each day. The first day is pretty easy to set up. The second day is the nightmare where you put on the cones over on the backside.
Yeah.
By the police station, so that's a tough one, and obviously the casino corner too. So it takes a lot of prep. The second day is really physically demanding us because we have to have all the corner marshals, and typically that's the day that we struggle the most with volunteers to get people out there. But it's a very, very long day, and I'm out there all day. Ron's out there, Nancy's out there, so quite a few of us are out there. My son's out there. He goes out there with his little blower and blows everything away and does his thing. So it's a big family thing.
Do you guys get the chance to actually race?
I kind of do. I kind of sit there. I take a break. I go race, and that's my break.
No, the laughter was Curt was interested about your son's lawn mowing business. That's what
I wasn't interested. I don't think he'll travel to my house, but I know Chris has a yard that needs mowed.
You know what?
True.
Once he gets his little pickup, dude, he'll go anywhere and everywhere. He loves to do it. It's crazy. He has like a $500 mower all paid by himself with a $300 mower in his back all paid by himself.
Wow, that's awesome.
And
I
how
bet
old
your
is
lawn
he?
looks pretty good.
Well, actually, it's going through a little bit of a repair right now. So
It's like the doctors are never healthy. The preacher's kids are horrible. The mechanics' cars don't work. Your yard is a mess.
Yeah, teachers, we can't read.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible. Photographers, we don't know how to shoot either. Yeah.
Lawyers, I don't know.
Yeah, lawyers got their own problems. So from a volunteer perspective, are you guys pretty set? I know Sunday's the toughest day. Are you still looking for people, or you guys have a huge team, I assume?
We'll take anybody. Yeah, it seems crazy how like all these things pop up on Sunday when the rough gets super rough. People either step up or we figure out a way to make it happen. We always figure out a way to make it happen. But yeah, if you're thinking about volunteering and the funds are kind of tight, hit us up and talk to us, and we'll work something out.
Cool.
Are you looking to do that corner spot by the casino, Curt?
We'll see. I might.
Yeah, you could take.
Might talk to you afterwards.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about some of the racing you have going
Let's do
here.
it.
So, and we'll talk about the reg numbers and some of the ideas about different categories. Maybe we'll start right in with the reg numbers. How are they looking in comparison?
As of right now, we have 461. Apparently Thursday last year, according to my amazing statistic guy, my statistician guy, some guy by the name of Jason Smith. I don't know if you've heard of him. He loves numbers, and I can't thank him enough for this. So Jason, shout out to you. But apparently on Thursday last year, we got 40% of our pre-reg on Thursday. So the day it closed, and we close at 5 tomorrow. So based on numbers, we may very well have more than we did last year. I think last year was 670. So that's 2 days. Keep that in mind. So I'm hoping that it goes up, and I'm looking at numbers, and some categories are extremely low, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Some are pretty high. But we're excited.
And the weather?
Hey, I'm looking forward to it. It's 80 degrees. That's where I can start taking my gloves off in long sleeves.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Well, and I think that helps with reg. I mean, we saw that with Folsom, where we had some, winter, and all of a sudden it was really nice, and then Folsom just boomed
right
for the numbers. So, what was your take? We had a discussion before, and maybe we'll get your take on that and then see what you've done about your own race as far as registration. What was your take about why we're getting some low numbers out there?
Well, I think you guys
or canceled races.
Well, yeah, you kind of finished off the podcast last week on this, and I loved hearing about it. I felt like we could have gone for a couple hours on that. Well, I think the races are down for a couple reasons. You know, obviously we were super saturated out there. I mean, you can only have so many Starbucks on every corner. But I think before we look at that, I think we need to look at riders. I mean, we're kind of low on riders, and if you look at our reg, we're super low on the 5s. People just aren't coming up anymore, and we're oversaturated with there are a ton of Masters 3s out there, and a smaller number of the 2s and the 1s, of course. But the bulk of us are Masters 3s. You know, looking at a few of us in here right now. So I think that people coming up, we're just not bringing people in the sport. And I know this isn't a cliche, it's not the pretty thing to say, but I think the Lance factor actually has had an effect. Like, we don't have that guy on TV anymore that we used to, where, you know, he was in a Nike commercial, the Oakley commercial, and it was a big story. You know, here's this guy winning, and, you know, there was still of us that were in the sport kind of knew, hey, something's up, but they didn't know about it. And so they were buying bikes, and people were kind of coming in. We don't have that guy or girl anymore on TV. So I think that people coming into the sport has been reduced, which makes sense for some of these races to be reduced, because now we got way too many races and not enough customers. And that's us. And you look at women's Elite 5 Saturday, guys, we have one entry.
Right. Yeah, that's sad, and I think you're right. The top end of the sport, the pros like a Lance, that was somebody you would see on like Sports Illustrated for Kids, or you would see it at the store on the newsstand aisle, and you just don't have that anymore. And that's, I think we undervalue that impact. Once you're in the sport, you think you know it, but that is what drives the 5s. That is what drives the people who aren't looking at cycling.
For sure.
Typically,
it sounds cool. It looks cool. I can do this. And next thing you know, you're at a cat race with the last lap, and you see bottles flying out because it's awesome.
Right.
You know, so there's a lot of that too. And I don't see USAC helping either. You know, what are they doing to promote us and put money back into us? You know, what if Cat 5s for a year didn't have to pay membership fee or something? I mean, I don't know. There's different ways of looking at it to get people in.
Graffath had a comment, and Chris, you had replied to him. What was? Do you remember the tenor of his comment and what your response was? Do you want to go into that?
Yeah, I mean, his comment was basically, you know, USAC has done a good job ramping. Well, I wouldn't say good job. USAC has made an effort to utilize a lot of their funding to do a lot of the drug testing, and his question was, is that the best use of funding at this moment? And he was hoping to see USAC and even NCNCA step in more of a promotional role to try and recruit people into the sport, because there's really no sense in doing the testing if there's nobody to test.
I want to know, I've been paying into this extra every year. I have not seen a USAC tent at any races that I've been to.
I've seen it at a couple, but again, yeah, it's been really limited. My thought was, I know USAC sends out a little news blast, maybe quarterly or annually, that says we tested however many people this year and we had this many positives, so we're doing a great job. But is that really value added to the sport at this time, when they can maybe do a better job of, you know, looking at the permit applications they're getting and maybe seeing that they do have 2 events on the same day and not approving a permit? It seems at this point they're just kind of there to collect money from the race organizers and just put a spot on the calendar. And it's like, well, that doesn't really do much for getting people to go to events. If there's 2 events on the same day, somebody's going to suffer.
Yeah, and I don't know if you noticed, but this year, I don't know if maybe it was just a mistake on my part, but I was forced to buy a T-shirt this year when I.
We were all caught on.
Was I the only one?
No,
well,
there were multiple tiers. I think I got a bicycling magazine and TP Training Peaks subscription. Or
I don't know. I paid my $75 and like, hey, Derek, you're not finished. I'm like, what do you mean I'm not finished?
No.
What's up with this? They're like, no, you have to pay another $25, and here you get a T-shirt too.
And for that, you also get a good
wasn't.
Yeah. It's a T-shirt. It's a floor wax.
Yeah.
It's a dessert topping.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think they did a good job rolling out their second website, because I think there were a lot of people buying 2 licenses from the primary page and the legacy page and not getting a license at all, and there was some confusion there. From a technical
Is this how Stefan got like no team name on his thing?
No, I don't think that was a technical limitation.
Oh, that's too bad.
So I'm looking. You guys have a couple juniors categories.
Yeah.
It looks like at least on the first day.
Yeah, we do.
And you've reduced the fees drastically for them.
Yep.
how is PreReg looking for that? Is there much?
Well, juniors, wow. If you have a 9 to 12-year-old boy or girl, you're looking pretty good. You may be on the podium because we only have one. So bring them in, big wheel or not. We'll let you play.
Top two is it's a sure bet at this point. Huh?
You know,
for sure.
That was so. I noticed that like the high schools obviously promote mountain bike teams pretty heavily. I don't see road bike teams very often if there are any. It'd be interesting to see like a mountain bike crit. That'd be because you could go to those high schools, say, hey, bring your folks here. They already got the bike. We'll do a mountain bike crit.
That's funny. My school, we have
crit,
like 5 mountain bikes. We could have some kids. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, just
throwing it out there.
Wonder. I know that in researching the Nevada City crit history, at one point they had done a fat tire crit on a Saturday as part of the festivities, and
that's good research.
I don't know. You've seen that going on. They did that up in Carson City last year as a part of a 2-day gravel grinder / mountain bike event and fat tire crit. So I don't know. Maybe that's another way to kind of bring folks in that wouldn't otherwise ride a road bike to see what a crit's like and maybe get into it.
Hey, we had some runners out there a couple years ago. I don't know if you remember that.
Did you do like a mile or something?
I think so.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was during our little lunch break. We're like, hey, go. And people were running. They had numbers. It was legit, man.
It's a way to get people there that otherwise wouldn't be there. Otherwise, it's just us. Right?
I've seen running out there lately, but it was from the outhouses when they had them down the road too far. No?
Tyler. No.
Yeah,
no.
That's another thing, too. Is I love these crits that are like downtown. Like where people that, like who's going to be going to Rancho Cordova or Folsom on a Saturday, Sunday morning? Not many people, but there are people roaming around Santa Fe and Davis and go to even Jackson last year. While we had the little first time we were out there, it was kind of cool seeing the drunk people upset that we were out there. But hey, guess what? We were out there, and so was he.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, there's like Santa Fe. That's an environment that's I can't think of too many other races. I think Cat's Hill back in the day maybe was sort of like that, but it's not nearly like that.
Santa Fe is my favorite.
Yeah, Santa Fe is crazy, and we watched Athens last weekend on television. It's just nuts, like the number of people that are there watching bike racing.
It's so cool. It's there. We just got to do a better job.
But I mean, we also need like just races on the calendar. So therefore, we have you guys aren't in a hot spot downtown, but that race is necessary as well. So
no, but look at what we do every year. We thanks for bringing it back. We do really well with our numbers, and it's cool. Although you're right, it's just us, but our numbers are good.
Well, let's talk about some of the unique aspects of your race. So you have the crit on Saturday.
Yep.
You have a circuit race on Sunday, which incorporates part of the crit course and then some reverse of that.
Right.
And then you also have this time trial.
That's right.
This team time trial.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about that. What's
the
third year of that? Okay.
Third year.
Which day is that on, and what is it?
It's Sunday. It's Sunday.
It's the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
Sunday, end of the day.
And that's a big topic of discussion that always gets talked about. I think that we're generating some good momentum with the whole time trial. There obviously is a population out there. Where to fit it in, how to fit it in, becomes an issue, and what teams and what bikes and things like that. So I think that we're going through this kind of weird experimental phase where we're just kind of playing with it and tweaking it. It's been approached that we try to do it on a Friday night to make it a 3-stage kind of a concept, which is good, but when we're limited with people, it does kind of stretch us thin a little bit. But I think that eventually it's going to continue to grow and bring people to us, So it's exciting to see. I've never been on a team because I'm always shooting it, but it looks like a lot of fun.
And what's the format for that? It's
like 5 people.
And then 1 lap on the course, is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we do it on Sunday because it's a longer lap.
Yeah.
There's been talk about making it 2 laps depending on teams, but I think that the 1 format has been pretty safe at this point.
And what was been the reaction from it that you've had? Positive from the teams
I think
that have done it?
Yeah, they love it. They love it.
And it's all categories, or how do they?
Pretty much. It's just a team. Doesn't matter what category, and just put a team of 5 guys together and top 3 finish, you're in. That's
I think you guys restrict it to you've got to actually be on the same team.
Correct.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about opening it up, but I would think it just looks better for all of us if we all have the same kits on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll correct myself. It's at 11:25 in the morning, not at the end of the day on Sunday. So.
Yeah, I saw that in the middle. I wasn't sure what time.
Okay, so you have so this is Wednesday when we're recording this. We'll try to get this out before registration closes, which is
5:00 Thursday.
5:00 Thursday. And how could they register?
Well, go to bikereg.com, and I think we're coming up right on the like one of the main list, like right at the top, I believe. Let me peek here while we.
Yeah, it
it's
shouldn't be
right on
hard
top.
to just search
Nope.
Golden State. Or
It's
in the
right
area.
there. It's right there, and the fees are actually really, really friendly.
Yeah.
$76 with fees for 2 days. You can get quite a bit for that.
Yeah, I think I registered for 4 races and came out to $100 or something.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
it's
if you
great.
think about it, it's really reasonable compared to our competition that's out there. Throwing the little races that are $45. I don't know if I should mention
$50
any
plus.
things that fly.
Did they get a
up in the air.
discount for doing an extra race on a day, on the
That's
same
true.
day?
Yeah,
Which is what?
I think it's $10 for a second race.
I think that's legit.
The team time trial is only $10 per person as well.
Are you
so-
doing that, Kurt?
The team time trial?
Yeah.
I don't have any teammates that want to do it.
Why don't you get Jason Smith? He'll do it.
Okay, that's 2.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
I'm sure Novikov would.
I don't
would
think
be down
Jason's
for
going to
that.
be able to do it on Sunday.
Oh, that's
That's true.
Sorry
There you go.
about that.
So,
So you're
We
back
were
down
all
to-
in until he couldn't make
You're back
it.
down
Well,
to
that's the
one. You're
reason
back
why.
down to
Yeah.
one. Who
I
else
have
do you
to
have?
have Tyler.
Tyler might not be cleared by
with
then.
the heart rate limit restrictor.
I'm getting. I'll find out.
You guys have a
first.
restrictor plate?
Just have your heart rate when it
Governor.
gets to 160, like it locks your shift or something, like boop,
Right.
shuts you down.
Yeah.
Crankset stalls.
Hey, 199.
You have to turn in your heart rate data at the end.
Yeah.
You did not do 199.
No, I'm gonna just say this. So I'm like literally about posting anything online because first thing Chris does is comment, "Hey, your heart rate's high."
I checked
Well,
his heart
Like
rate.
he's worse than my wife. And
164.
I was riding around the other day, and my strap it was like not reading at all. Like so, sometimes before you've got a good sweat going, it's just the connection.
It doesn't read.
Yeah, so I'm like trying to get it going, and I'm not even really going hard, and all of a sudden it spikes up to like 199 for like a few seconds, and my first thought is like, I can't post this for Chris. And of course, Casey said something. So,
But you're gonna die on the bike, and that's the best thing.
I
I
don't know if my wife thinks that's the best thing.
I know that heart rate monitor trips like when the battery starts to die a little bit, and
Yeah.
it trips out. Like one time I saw 219, I was like, oh hell no, it's not 219.
Yeah.
I was like,
But,
I was
maybe-
for sure gonna die.
But maybe it was.
I don't
See,
know.
That's the problem that I have.
Tell us about Health IQ.
Health IQ. Yeah, that's a great. Go to healthIQ.com/BTW, and I may not get a discount, but you may.
Yeah. Did you already run your course and discounts already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
looking at the
ahead.
courses, so the crit course goes around my office. So I've walked it
You like that, huh?
hundreds and hundreds of times. I love it because it gives me an opportunity to see all the corners every day when I go for a
Just gets
lunchtime
you.
walk.
It's called imagery, my friend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Still gets them wrong.
That's true. I still take the wrong line, so I don't know what's going on there. But any key features about the crit course that would be kind of unique for the race? I know it's
Now
got kind of 5 corners as opposed to 4.
Now you're talking about day one, right?
Yeah, day one.
Yeah, day one it's pretty simple. Just watch out for a couple potholes that are out there on the backside, but it's pretty cool. It's shady. It's beautiful. Just beware of drones.
That's
Hopefully,
true. That's a unique event.
Yeah, that
you
was
guys went viral with that last
totally.
year.
Maybe that's where our numbers are coming from. 'Cause I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
We should bring that up some more. Say, hey, do you remember the race with the drone and that guy?
I'm
Poor
glad
Danny.
that he ended up okay.
Yeah, Danny ended up good. He was a trooper. No, but the race Saturday, it's pretty simple. What I like about Saturday is like when my family talks about coming out, I'm like, oh my god, don't come out Sunday. Come out to watch. Come out Saturday. You get to see your family ride a lot more
Right.
than Saturday. So I think Saturday is a great day for you to see the race, and I think Sunday is a great day for us to race. If that makes sense.
yeah.
You know.
How's the prize list look? Ribbons.
Right to
Yep.
it.
It's funny you talked about ribbons. We did talk about buying medals, and we said, "I'll forget the medals now." I don't know, but our prize, it's money, dude. It's money. It's a lot of money. So we kind of went away from a lot of the prizes because of our sponsorship stuff, but we have money.
Explain that. What do you mean?
Well, Marmot used to kick us a bunch of stuff. JBL used to kick us a bunch of stuff, and so we lost them. However, due to a great guy on our team by the name of Chris Kemp, he was able to get a bunch of laser helmets.
Oh, nice.
So we are going to get some really cool things with laser helmets. So
Nice.
those expensive, like $200+ million arrow things that are out there. So those are going to be out there. So expect some good prizes, and don't forget the jerseys too. I mean, I haven't seen a jersey out on the River Ride or the Coffee Republic or Davis Ride, but it's pretty cool to earn a jersey and frame it up and put it in your
Sure.
office. You know, that's pretty cool. And we also have the Sprinter jersey, which we added last year, which is a green jersey. So it's cool.
See, I do like all these little races within the race that you get, accolades for, jersey, and
Right.
some of the other things. I think that's a certain thing. People can look at those, and and it makes the event feel bigger. Not degrading it at all, but I mean, it
Right.
makes it feel bigger than it is, right?
Right.
And you guys do a good job with the podiums and all that other stuff. Who's announcing, by the way? 'Cause you
It's
guys,
it's
get into
typically Ron, and if Ron's not on there, it's typically me going on there, going on a tirade, just having a good time. And I'll usually pull his iPod and take his reggae music off, and I'll put my metal on. And then after the race, the first thing I get is my ass chewed out because it's too loud. Sorry you don't like Slayer, but
the neighbors complain at all?
never.
There's nobody out there.
Yeah, there's no one
No.
out. There's that cafe, and they seem
Cafe
to.
Dolce, they love us too. Yeah, so go hit them up too. They have been so good to us. They go out there and they support us, and they're always happy. They bring us sandwiches, and they got the great breakfast burrito. It's
Yeah,
kind of
they
like
do.
my tradition. So I love it. Go out there and support them.
And if
For
you
sure.
need a holiday party catered, they'll do that too.
Wow, speaking from experience.
Yeah. Good
Yeah.
food.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. And our reg location changed as well. So it's going to be over by Cafe Dolce, where if you go park this weekend, it's not where it typically has been in the last couple of years. The property manager kicked us out
Okay.
because there was a lot of traffic on Saturday and Sunday in May, apparently. And so we kind of got our way back in there. So it's going to be a little bit kind of like in that area where it used to be back in the day.
Okay.
So the announcers table will be on the same side, and then we'll be on the other side.
I think last year you guys had food trucks. Is that going to
Yeah.
happen again?
Yeah, we had some food trucks. Cafe Dolce was kind of sad about that, so I don't think we're having food trucks come in this
Okay.
year. The city wanted to bring it in there and kind of make a big deal, and it worked out, for the most part. But I think we're kind of going back to basics as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's cool.
Do you have any on-site pit, or is it bring your own wheels, or any? Sometimes SRAM shows up at some of these races and has.
Yeah, we have Williams show up. SRAM not showing up that I'm told unless something changes. Tommy, our friend Tom, that goes out there. He's a mechanic. He's out there as well. So I don't know if we don't have any special wheels coming in, but Williams will probably be out there.
Right.
Hopefully.
How do you go about getting the sprinter jersey versus the overall? What's the format for those?
Oh God, I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that
You
question.
can just make it up.
Can I ask you what?
It's based on the color of your bike and
Perfect.
your RPM and your heart rate.
Better where my heart rate.
Yeah, there's like some point
There's sprint
structure.
points
It's
throughout the
it's
race,
a
aren't
point
there?
thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think
Yeah.
there are. That's the only other way you could distinguish it.
Everybody-
Come on, Chris.
Everybody's looking at me crazy, like, why is Dirk from winning the race doesn't know about the green jersey points?
Well, there's a lot of you have to do, right?
yeah, I am a teacher.
What
man. I'm
what
a
is
teacher
your
and a
official
parent.
capacity for this race?
Me?
Yeah,
well, I am the podium photographer guy. I am
Okay.
the social media guy. So like when you finish your beautiful podium picture, it's up on the website literally within minutes. I have all my stuff set up and it just goes up. So if you ever check it out, your podium picture's up within literally 5 minutes.
Are
Where-
you
where
using
can you
any
get that?
like on the day, or what is it, live link, one of those reg?
On
Results.
the day does one, and
Which I'm mixing like 15 different ones.
They've always been really quick on
Yeah.
your own.
Yeah. We go quick. We have a phenomenal team that's
Yeah.
in the reg team. Even Marsha Ortiz comes out, which is Ron's wife. She comes out and supports, and she's pumping numbers. Angie Plaitis is out there pumping numbers. I'm out there demanding numbers so I could post and get results, because I can't post a picture without a result and have your team powered by this and that and the other. I got to make sure it's all taken care of, so I push that as well.
Yeah, they've always had results like the day, like that night.
Yeah.
You guys have always been really on top of it, even before these small firms started kind of doing it for you.
Right,
You guys were always quick.
I mean, if we're out there, we might as well be working and getting stuff out there. I mean,
Right.
there's nothing worse than spending a whole weekend out there and then having a hangover of, we still got to do this on Monday. Yeah, which we all do, but we'd rather get it out and over with and make you happy, so you don't have to email us the next day.
Right.
So I was going to say the actual reg location. If you're driving and listen to this, it's 11,000 Cobble Rock Drive in Rancho Cordova. We've got the elite 1-2-3s on Saturday at 5. They go 4:25 on Sunday. The women before that at 4:05, at 3:25 on Sunday. Masters 35 at 2:55 and 2:15 on Sunday.
Yeah,
and then
get-
on down, you can take a look at it. But
Yeah,
those
please
are the
do.
big races, people.
But girls, I want to see you out there. Come on, this is an opportunity for us to represent our sport. And I know that Tour of California kind of got reduced a little bit with the stages. I'm a father of an athletic girl, and I want to see women's sports out there. I feel bad that it's not out there, but if you're not out there either, why would there be a setup for you? I mean, we even, little top secret, we even talked about maybe pulling out the women's pro race because of turnout, but I don't know. It looks like we're doing pretty good right now. 16 on day one, and where am I here? 9 on day 2. Not so hot, but come on, girls.
Yeah, I was looking. There was, I think it was Marissa Axel who commented that there's really only like 36 women in NorCal that are really racing like the P12 women's fields.
Wow.
So there's not a ton out there, but the ones that are doing it, for you guys to be able to draw what looks like about half of them already.
Yeah.
And you said 40% of your reg gets filled on Thursday.
Yeah,
that's a good women's field. I don't think that they've necessarily had that at some of the other races.
That's good to know.
That's cool.
Awesome. Thanks for that.
Yeah, I mean that's we can talk about some of this. It's such a tough one with if they're not showing up, are you going to put the race on? And you obviously want to keep supporting this. It's the same with the juniors. I mean, we're talking about any of the fields that aren't participating in general, and then how you actually get excitement of this.
Yeah, we did for the first time this year, we did a Facebook boost as well to try to get people out there. We went from Reading all the way down to Fresno to San Francisco, from Reno to try to pump it and get people to come out. We're trying. We're certainly trying, and we're out there. You just got to come. The doors are open. Come. If you got a family member that thinks they want to be on the bike, at least come out and check it out, because we'll probably be there next year as well. I mean, I don't see why it would change. So just come out and support and check it out, and ask questions, and be inviting to the sport.
Now, there's a few different types of there's your downtown races, then there's your business park races, and I kind of see you guys as kind of an in between on that, because the business park, while you're there like that, it's easy. It's more like Folsom in a sense, right? Where it's easy to sit down. There's grass, there's shade, there's some food nearby.
Absolutely,
it's actually a decent little environment. So, we want to keep these things going. For sure.
We love it. I think we're in a good place up here in Sacramento, where we have, the Cal Aggie crit in January. We have the May stuff at Folsom with, that's the Sierra Nevada team, and then us. We gotta support each other. And Davis, obviously, 4th of July is epic. We all have to support each other out here and race each other's races and encourage us to keep going. Not let these other systems that are kind of trying to elbow us out and cancel these epic races like Tour de Nez. I know that. I mean, I've never done the tour, but I know that good friend of mine, Yetch Cowie, awesome guy. He loves that race. He can't race it this year. That's a heartbreak. We can't let that happen.
Right. Actually, yeah. Obviously, we support the race, but there was a lot of news, even just leading up to this, that people didn't want this race to. The Golden State Killer was in the news, up till last month.
Wait. I'm sorry. Are you making a joke?
No, sorry. Somebody didn't want this thing to happen. I saw it trending everywhere. So it's good that you guys were able to pull it off.
You're
one of the only teams.
All these rumors. Yeah.
One of the only teams that still runs a race now that you're not required to, which is cool. I assume you.
Yeah, and a lot of credit. I got to give a lot of credit goes to Ron. I know Ron gets a lot of flack out there in the world, but gotta love it. He puts this thing on and he fights, and we have board meetings and discussions to get it to where it is. And I think that's a testament to the hard work that we all put in to all come out and support. And I think that the end result does show that when people show up. People know what they're going to get.
Who's being tough on Ron? I feel like this must be internal.
Love you, Ron.
Yeah. The question is, what's Greg Price do? Exactly.
I have well, before we answer that,
come on, man.
Shares for the Reg team.
Oh.
So I don't want to ask if you guys, hey, are you guys making money on this? But I mean, are you losing money?
No.
Is it kind of a thing where you have a big party at the end, or what's the health?
Yeah,
that's health of the race.
That's a topic.
For what you can tell us.
Yeah, so I'm going to take my Rio Strada hat off, and I'm going to put the Derek Novice hat on. We work hard and we make a lot of money for this to have a barbecue party. And at times I'm like, why are we doing all this 24 hours for a $5 hamburger? But I'd rather give you $10 for the hamburger. But we do it not just for the money, but we do it for the sport too. I mean, we have to do it. We have to keep these things going. So we do that. So we have, money comes in and money goes, and we do what we can with the money and buy helmets and buy stuff and waive somebody's membership fee. But for the most part, it goes back to us. But we're definitely not buying offices and new bikes. It'd be nice.
You're not all rolling around in Pinarellos, and not everybody.
Yeah.
How's your riding going?
Horrible, man. I decided to go into the gym this winter. I decided to do like a weightlifting program, which is great. And a lot of you guys talked about it with Matt in your podcast, and I was like, you go, Matt. And I was out there on my bike. I actually listened to it talking about weightlifting because, back in the BMX days, that's all I did. but then you kind of have to ride after that, and that's where things kind of fell apart a little bit, you know. So I don't know. I'm just happy to be out here. It's never as good as we want it to be.
No, never. Did you have something? Maybe that was Chris just had his arm around you. Sorry, I was trying to figure out what's going on here.
Yeah,
I thought maybe Derek
a little awkward.
needed to leave.
Yeah, it's getting hot in here. You're right. It does get hot in here.
It gets a little warm in here. So, what's your color going to be for the Rio team next year? I'm interested in that. Was it all dependent on the
all
sponsor?
Right, so here's the deal. You know, I'm told that you should never have horizontal stripes on your shirt, any kind of shirt, because it makes you look fatter. And of course, we can't afford that. I cannot afford that.
Most club teams have trouble. Yeah.
So why are we putting horizontal lines on our jersey?
Yeah.
Come to find out, you know. So next year, I think I want to make it all, you know, the teal color, as they call it, petrol. That's the word. And so that's what I want to see. It kind of more like look like the Bianchi thing. That's my vote. But when it comes to like kit designs, Tyler, I'll throw in like 2 cents, and then everybody like freaks out, and then I let it go, and then whatever they pick at the end, I let it go, because for me it won't matter in the end.
What you end up wearing.
Yeah, we've had this conversation. Actually, I was on Rio for 1 year, I think 2012, something like that.
Yep.
And I remember having a meeting where the team's big, and everyone's throwing their 2 cents in.
Oh.
And Ron basically and I applaud him for this. He's basically like, well, you know, that's all nice, but if I took everyone's point of view, you know, this would be a shit show. So
That's
he
right.
goes, we just make the decision. I don't know, him. I'm assuming he just said, I just make the decision, and that's what it is. And, and you kind of have, and I'm sure it's a board, but I mean, that's the idea, right?
Right.
A head just says, okay, thank you. Now, maybe you don't like those shorts because they suck. You know, we talk about brands and da-da-da. But
Correct.
then the ultimate is, here's what we're doing.
You have to do that. And that's why sometimes like I'll throw in my little input like anybody else does. But after a while, it's like, okay, I think that that less is more. You know, less people deciding is better. We had it like last year. We had the design. Ron made the design, and we were okay with it. So he goes to Texas. I'll never forget. He goes to Texas, and next thing we know, we have 14 more designs coming. It's like, stop it! Just pick the damn thing and submit it, and let's call it a day, and let's move forward. You know, come on now. It's first world problems.
Yeah, true.
Exponentially.
Definitely. Do you guys have any other questions about the race or anything? Ask Derek a question.
I was just going to add, we've added 4 registrants since we've been talking. We're up to 465 now, so
Wow.
Whoa.
it's moving.
Yeah. So
we're not live though, Kurt. So it's not because of
Can
us.
we take credit for it?
I
We're
do
going to
so.
take credit for that 40% boost on Thursday, aren't we?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
No, I pre-reg last night, and it's funny because I kept refreshing the browser, and I kept seeing numbers and numbers and numbers, and then when I woke up this morning, the browser was still open, so I hit refresh, and like 40 more people signed up, and I was like, this is awesome.
Nice.
So it's coming. So it'll be kind of fun to see how it works between now and tomorrow, but it'll be good. I'm confident. And I'm excited for the weekend. It's going to be a great weekend.
Who have you seen reg? Because I don't have it up in front of me. Like big names. Anybody? Any big names?
Well, you got to go to the biggest category, and that's the 45 1 2 3.
Is it really?
Oh, absolutely,
That
dude.
sounds about right, though.
Yeah. If you look up, there's like a bunch of Rio Strada people in here.
Yeah, you guys show up for this race.
We have to, man.
Also-
Dad tells us to sign up, and we sign up. Yes, sir. You know.
So
Yeah.
A-Main's bringing their full squad. They got 8
They like
guys.
that time trial.
Well, yeah, they do, actually. I think they
And they bring
want.
a truck too.
They bring a van.
Yeah.
At the very
And
least.
they had coffee for us last year. I remember.
They've promised to do coffee again. So
That's epic.
at least in the P12, they're bringing the biggest squad so far from what I've seen. So
Oh, good.
kudos to them.
Yeah, we talked to them. They're good fellas.
Do you have any predictions?
Well, right now they're looking pretty good, right? They got Ferretti in the sprint, and 7 guys leading him
How's
out.
he been doing this year? I haven't seen much.
Yeah, I don't know that it's been his best year yet, but he's still
I haven't
still
really seen
there.
him showing up at the races.
Right? Yeah, I think he's been busy with other stuff. Maybe I don't know, but I wouldn't bet against him.
I don't know. Well, what about my boy Jake Hensley?
Yeah, right. We called
Yeah,
him out
the
last
P1
week because
That's
he
right.
shows up for this race.
That's right. That's my boy. Love Jake. He'll bring all of his family too.
He did. He beat Dean LeBurge at the Red Kite, right?
Yeah.
So and we know he can put out
Yeah,
some
Jake.
watts.
Jake just has it. Jake just has it. Jake and I go back to the BMX days. He just has it. Big boy. Don't judge a book by its cover.
They had a whole news thing about him last year. I think it was. Yeah.
Is that right?
Because he's a police officer.
Correct.
Corrections. I don't know.
Yeah, he's a police officer.
Police.
Every time something comes up, I'm like sending him a text. What's up, brother? You good? Yep, we're good. Yeah, it scares me.
There's a lot of police officers in our midst.
Yeah, so we feel
Be
safe.
careful. No, on the bike side, right? We know a few. I don't want to call them out.
Yeah.
How you doing,
we
Jay
do.
Newton?
Sure. There's a few.
Oh no, there's Claudio's coming too. Claudio's coming. I always love watching the Claudio race. I don't know, Claudio, Jake, and
But
Hensley.
this is a race that always, both races, they always just come down to a sprint, right?
Absolutely.
So having a strong team usually plays a big role. Maybe the second day you can get a breakaway that gets away with maybe 4 or 5 or something like that. But generally, I don't think that happens. Maybe in the Masters categories, but I haven't seen a breakaway survive in the P1-2 for a while that I can think of on day 2.
I think it did last year.
Maybe last year was a year that happened. I wasn't there Sunday, I don't think.
I remember coming and seeing. Excuse me. We actually talked to Chad about it. He stayed away in a break. Got beat.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
By who?
Some guy.
Some guy on the bike.
Okay.
It was one of his first races in the P1-2s.
I'm calling it. It's all staying together.
I'll put it
in the
up.
P1-2.
Nate has it because he filmed it that day, so I'll put it on the YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't realize how many aiming people were in here, Curt. Holy cow.
Looks like in the 35-123 Touchstone is bringing quite a few riders.
Yeah,
Well-
but we need younger people to come in, guys. We need to find younger people to come in. That's my biggest concern. It's not races getting canceled. I could see why they're getting canceled because we don't have people coming up. We're gonna age out and have heart conditions and stuff like that.
Yeah, thanks.
They're not
Yeah.
getting any younger. That's
No,
right.
we're not.
Yeah, you gotta backfill that in and bring the excitement.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you do that.
I don't either, man. USAC's got to do something.
Right.
It's up to Curt.
Yeah.
Save us, Curt.
Please.
Are you watching? Do you follow World Tour cycling?
Dude, that's one of the things that kind of fell off my priority list. Through I have a extremely athletic daughter. It's got me going all over the place. In photography and
No, life
So-
changes. I mean, I used to follow.
it's crazy.
But all the major sports too, and I just don't follow that, and just
I'm-
kind of like family stuff and World Tour cycling and podcasts.
My DVR is working pretty well. Like
Yeah.
I got all the stuff up there, but it's just a matter of sitting. Like I want to watch Paris-Roubaix so bad, But the one that happened,
don't wanna spoil it for
2017
you,
or
but-
20. Who won? No, I did see that though, but I still want to see it. I love to know who won the race and then watch the race.
No, interesting.
So it's
I don't want surprises. I don't want surprise. I like to know because I like to watch. Like, why did
You're
Peter?
the same with movies. You got to know. Hey, I want to find out who killed who, and then I'll watch it.
Straight up football games. I want to know who won. It's just crazy. I mean, it's just maybe the analytical person in me that like to study things and see how things happen. I want to learn why it happened.
Or
It
not
helps
watch
reduce
it.
some of the anxiety as well.
Yeah,
At least for me.
That's true. It does reduce anxiety. You're right. I hadn't thought about that.
Of watching sports.
And movies. Well, I'll usually watch. I'll read the plot line before I go watch a movie, just so I'm not scared.
You read the book before the
No.
okay,
That's a lot.
You
of
don't
work.
want to know if the cute chick dies at the end. I mean, you don't want your heart broken, bro.
Yeah, my heart's fragile as it is.
Oh yes, no pun intended. Sorry
No,
about that.
please, jokes.
Keep it below 160.
I sent
Yeah.
Andrew a text, Andrew Shimizu, because I was asking him about the hot route, and if he was doing redlands. Is that what we call it? Hot route?
Sure, okay.
Hot route? I
Out
don't know.
route.
And which he won, which is pretty cool. We'll have to actually talk to him about it sometime. And he's doing redlands as well. And then I was just mentioning about the stupid heart thing, and he starts making a joke, and then he backs off. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm such a dick. And I'm like, if you didn't make those jokes, I would wonder what kind of friend I actually have.
That's
I
right.
mean,
That's right.
you're expected to. My
Yes.
wife does all the time.
Yeah.
It's
Kurt,
like
Kurt can't help but do it all the time.
It's annoying. Yeah, I can't stop.
it's like the booger. Like you meet somebody, like they got a booger in your nose, or like when they're riding, you see a snot hanging around.
Yeah.
You got to say something.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, I'd rather you be uncomfortable for like 2 seconds than you go home and think, man, how long has this thing been hanging on my nose? That's a friend.
Exactly.
You're a
what
school
it's like.
teacher, is that right?
Yeah, I'm a high school photography teacher.
How does that work out good for summer for cycling?
It's awesome. It's when I come out and ride the most. I'm out pedaling in the summertime. Absolutely.
So you're weightlifting now. You could transform that into some riding.
Yeah, because the weightlifting did make a difference. It was actually kind of fun. I'll be honest. It was fun. I felt like a CrossFitter out there jumping on boxes and walking around with dumbbells on my hand all over a gym. That was whacked.
Waving some of those big ropes and all those.
No, that I didn't do. I didn't do. I was walking with lunges with dumbbells. That sucked. At 5:30 in the morning.
Sounds painful.
Stupid.
It was
I'm glad to hear it didn't work out for you. Makes me feel like I didn't waste a
No,
lot
dude,
of time.
I felt I was looking huge on my wife. Plus, I was doing keto at the time too. Like keto's like no carbs and all this fat and stuff. So I was lifting, I was drinking beer and eating all the bacon. I was like, holy cow,
So
this is not
what's
working
the
out.
downfall?
Downfall.
Didn't work.
That I felt if I didn't have a white jersey, I'd be just like the pumpkins. I want that big pumpkin right there, Mom. Yeah, that probably would have been me for sure. I'll never do that again.
It's Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well,
Cool. Good times.
I hope the race works out well. I'm going to try to show up out there. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, please come out, man, and be an endorser of the sport for us, and come out and bring your kids a little bit, if they want to.
Speaking of which, kids race. Is there a kids race in this?
Great. There is a kids
9
race.
and under, and
Saturday.
no kids race on the second day. So
Yeah,
I don't have any 9 and unders anymore.
because of the time trial, but I'll be out in the kids race hopefully.
Yeah, no, people show up for that. I've seen people when we were helping with registration, they were
Yeah.
just showing up just to do that and then turn around and going home. And
I know it's like we got to bring the kids there because, like I said, it's race. It's only us watching each other. Like, hey, way to go, Curt! Way to go, Claudia! Way to go, Derek!
Yeah.
I love the family vibe. I've been saying for a long time that we should have bleachers set up at the chicane thing, right over there. Just like for on Saturday, put the bleachers facing the turn, so like riders are coming from your right to the left. Put the bleachers right there, and people can stamp on the bleachers and make noise. And then on Saturday, we move it around a little bit so
Yeah.
they can come to chicane. People coming in and just have like a cool vibe. That's I want that. I want our races to be big and have energy. I don't want it to be like, here comes the last sprint. Shh.
and they've had wrecks on that corner, so that's interesting to watch. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I remember
No,
SB and Claudio wrecked a few years ago, and I'll never forget it because my son was out there. I'm like, hey, dude, just go to that spot right there. It's the best spot. You'll see. They'll come right at you. Bikes flying. My son's in the middle. I was like, oh, no, now what?
Yeah, I was there on that one. I'm trying to
Yeah.
remember the guy's name, but he caught a wheel going in the corner, and there was a bike flying in the air.
Oh, my
and,
gosh.
Yeah, it was nasty.
Yeah, it was SP and Claudio, I remember
I
specifically.
moved up like 5 spots because of that wreck.
That's why you sit back there, right? And hope
Because it
for
blew
a-
out to the left. Anyway,
Straight up.
Left the line for you.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
Good times. Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Please show up and be out there and supporting us. And
All right, we'll show up.
hopefully we didn't cause too much
I
controversy.
already
today.
signed up. Jeez.
Curtin is one-person time trial. Team
Oh,
time trial.
Yeah.
Were you the one that just added the one person just now? Was that you?
I
Must
just
have
put
been,
it
yeah.
on there. Yeah.
No
See
way.
how easy that is, people? You can just go in there and
Live.
you can do it right on the air.
Yeah, awesome.
So cool.
Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, thanks,
Thanks.
Derek, for everything. Good
And-
luck, and we'll see you out there.
I love
on
the
race.
podcast, by the way, too.
Oh, I appreciate
I really,
that. Yeah.
really love it. It's great. It's fun hearing us talk about our people.
Yeah,
It's cool.
we tried, and we're going to be at the Tour of California.
Are you really?
Yeah, we got media credentials for that. I think you went and did photography for that. A few
Sure
years
do.
ago, didn't you? How
Yeah.
was that?
I love it.
We'll have to get some insights from you.
Yeah. Well, why don't you hook me up and I can double dip. I'll help you and
Why you look at me?
I don't know.
What am I supposed to?
I was going to mention
I'm the-
cornholing, and now we're talking about double dipping.
I'm the
no,
guy that has-
no.
Why were you
going to
mention cornhole?
Because
No.
that seems to be the way you bring the kids in. That's what I've heard.
Are you guys like big Cornholio fans or something? For my
I
butthole?
listened to the Jeff Prince.
The game.
Oh, the game.
The game. Sorry.
Yeah,
Even
I
I
would-
didn't understand that.
I would love to shoot for you, man. I love shooting it. It's fun. It's I got to thank Dave Cowles for that. He always brings me in and invites me to the team and welcomes me, and everybody else in the team welcomes me too. It's pretty cool. So I love
Cool.
it.
So
Awesome.
we'll be in contact. Chris, any last parting words?
No, I'm just looking forward to it. It's a fun race, so I'm looking forward to being out there this weekend.
Yeah. Kurt, how about you?
Just happy to be back here today.
I know.
So
It feels like the family's back
visit
together.
Rancho Cordova.
Yeah, did
And
you get kicked
the
out
Golden
last
State
week?
Race
Is that why
Series.
he's not here?
2 weeks. 2 weeks. I really wasn't as welcome.
Tyler gave him different time.
Were you in timeout?
No,
No,
I'm
I was
saying
busy.
show up, and
I
then
was
he's like,
busy.
I don't know, I live in Nevada City. I didn't drive down here for this.
No,
Really?
it wasn't that. We're working on things. We're working on Skype. We'll see if that works.
Yeah, that's always in progress. Anyway, thanks everyone for
Love you guys.
tuning in. Appreciate it, Derek, for showing up.
No, thank you.
And go out there and support the local races. Share our show. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, and you can also email us at admin@betweentwowheels.com. Thanks, everybody, and enjoy.